on one of those.
Man,
Come over.
These are good. We're live. What's happening, everybody? Welcome home from Sedona. Oh my goodness, guys, we had a little bit of a tech issue. We had 2 YouTubes out there. We couldn't get in the studio. I think my computer was still in Sedona. Yeah, right. Mark Spaghetti had a podcast tonight. Yeah, no, we were here. Trail Pimp's in the house. He says, "Let go, hurry up." Guys, it was good to oh, Johnny's out there. What's up, Johnny?
Johnny?
Dang, Johnny, we missed you out there. You would have had a blast with us all. He says, Control, Alt, Delete. Yes, we got it. We got it under control. Everything's under control. That's kind of what I can say. What an epic trip, you guys. This is episode 146, basically the Sedona wrap up, because I know we had scheduled to have you guys in studio in Sedona. Everything ran a lot longer. And then I know you guys had to bounce to another dinner. So I'm like, let's just get it all down and together post Sedona.
When the awesome Rich Drew is on a podcast before you, it's a tough act to follow, and I love the dude, and he can just go on forever, and I didn't want to interrupt him and be like, dude.
He had a lot of great things to say. It was a good show.
Yeah, he's great. I love Drew.
He was awesome. Yeah, you don't want to bump him off stage or anything like that. And what an epic studio we had. We had a couple cameras. We had the big flat screen TV, all the mics. In studio was fun. Joey, how did you do dealing with all the tech, man? You were like the one-man puppet master.
It actually wasn't that bad this trip. I just kind of sat there and listened to the show. I got to watch it
we were keeping an eye on him, make sure he didn't nod off.
Yeah, there was a few times.
Yes, yeah. Man, I want to go back. My voice is still recovering. You guys can probably hear it in my voice. It's recovering from all the yelling and screaming, hooting and hollering.
Kids.
It was insane. And Women's MTB Network, I know one of the big things we all can really remember was your epic group ride. I mean, 50 deep, Mia and Alexis?
We're almost 50 deep, yeah.
Good God.
Amazing.
Yeah, there was a point where we passed some hikers, and I yelled, "There's about 50 more behind us," and then Mia goes, 15, and I was like, "No, 50."
Yeah.
5-0.
And I think we counted. I got some photos today from the awesome folks that were taking those professional shots, and I think I counted 48.
Wow.
That I could see. And that our ladies ride on Sunday, there was 29.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
I know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You're doing such wonderful things for the industry. Good work.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're trying to get people on board. But thank you guys for coming on our ride. It was awesome. I loved having you guys join.
How could I not?
It was fun. I see we have Ripper riding or riding dirty. I don't know who it is, but he also took a chunk of the ride too and let some folks out.
Yeah, I think Eric started down with Dobie Jack, right? And then you guys did some parts of Grand Central.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know, was it Anthill or something?
Yeah, at the top. What was that? Eric, what was that? I think it was Anthill. Where
Anthill.
Yeah. That was fun. It's like a little turn into the left, drop right in, not too far to the right, or goodbye forever.
Yeah.
I took a little shot of it. I was just editing some stuff today, and it was like exposure, death, line, death.
Exactly. Totally. There's a lot of that going on out there. Tech, death, mistake, death.
I really want to talk to Joey.
What I do?
His experience over there at the
Joey, my hero.
Yeah, I had a good weekend. I checked off a lot of boxes, and a few boxes I didn't even think I'd be checking off. So we had some good times.
You're a crazy mofo, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing. We went to just really look at it. And then I stopped. I went like 10 feet out. I stopped. And then Joey just drops in right in front of me.
Amazing.
I saw that video. Yeah, you were like standing there, and I don't remember much from that day. Like all I saw was the white line, and I just went. I didn't walk out on it. I think you guys made a mistake by walking out there.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Parts of my body crawled up into my abdomen. I was just scared.
Right.
Well, I got the video from Bike Nerd. I love how you made your name Bike Nerd, Steve. I got the video from you, and I was like, "What the hell? Who is that?" And you're like, "It's Joey," and I was like, "Alexis!" I had to like yell it over to Alexis. I was like, "You gotta watch this shit over here!"
Oh my god!
Yeah. That was
I was telling Mark on the way home, our mind is a crazy thing because I've been out on slabs before where all you see is the wall and you see the abyss down there and you know it can happen and you get the shakes. But on this day, I didn't see it. I saw the line, and then we got out to the end and I said, I've rolled steeper than that, but I'm gonna do it. So then I went back and we hit it, and it was fine. Like, it's not a joke. There's no room for error there. I wouldn't go out there if you're uncomfortable, but I felt comfortable. You guys saw it. I had the adrenaline shakes afterwards. Like, oh man, I just did that. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's amazing. Okay.
I knew there was people down there and I didn't even see them.
Would you do it again is my question.
You know, it's nothing fun. It's not fun. I'd rather go.
It's not like an epic ride.
Yeah, it's not an epic ride. It's like I did it. If I did do it again, I would want to. When you leave the white line, there's a big drop to get down. There's a section there, and I couldn't. There was no one out there. We didn't have anybody towing us in or anything, so I didn't see that section. So if I did do it again, it would be to conquer the exit with the white line. Yeah.
Okay. There's always next year the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest.
Yeah, dude, we were at the turn down. Steve and I were at the turn down just in case anything went wrong. The brakes go out, something happens with the bike. Joey loses traction off of a pebble.
Yep.
For a second there, I kind of felt like bowling pins. It was just like, oh man, if he gets past me, Steve, you have to get him. And Steve's like on the very last ledge to death.
Yeah. Like if I don't get him, it's game over.
No, I think if anything went wrong, it would have been me and Steve over.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Steve had his phone. He was filming. He goes, if anything happens, this phone's going down.
Yep. Yeah, I'll lose the phone to save Joey.
Yeah.
There wasn't any doubt that I was gonna go keep going. There was zero doubt. I wouldn't have done it. If you had a brake failure or something, that would have been the only way. And I still think there's a rock on that ledge that you could aim for and kind of just let your bike go and jump onto that rock, and I think you'd be fine.
Ooh,
so
my goodness.
My video that's dropping tomorrow morning has Joey's footage in it.
Oh, there's footage.
There's footage. What?
There you go.
Tell me.
The proof is out there, Happy Zebra.
It's I was editing it today and I relived all of the stress of standing on that ledge. And like Mark and I are kind of looking at each other like, you got this? Yeah, I got this. Okay, you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. You know, and then it happened and it was over in like a second.
Yes.
It happened so quickly.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm pretty glad that I didn't go with you guys because I have this fear of watching one of my buddies like have this fall and be helpless, right? Like Heather and Madison were like, we're going to do the white line. Mia, take us up to the white line. And I was like, love you guys. No, I don't want to be. They're more than capable of doing it, but it's just like you guys were saying, there's little room for error, especially in that little section where you got to it's all front brake control, hard left.
Yeah, you got to know your bike really well. Trail pimp. What happens if you fall?
You die.
You die.
Yeah.
There's no room for error there. It's not the white trail. It's not the white double track. It's the white line.
Yeah. You will die.
Yeah. You die.
Oh my God, dude. And we were having such a blast. And then we got up there and like I could tell.
What's happening?
Riding with Joey.
That was weird.
Sorry, got a little cough.
No.
I could tell that Joey had this like different look in his face when we were going up there, and I was like, oh shit, he's gonna do this. And it was like, let's go hike up there. And he's quiet, and I could see him like analyzing it and looking at it. I'm like, uh-oh. And sure enough, we got up there and he just goes, where do I run in at? And then boom, he's out there all the way to the end. And there were two guys that had walked out there to look at it.
Yeah.
And they were kind of like doing the crab crawl once they got out a certain distance, because it's off camber to walk it. Like if you roll your ankle,
you're dead.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they both fell walking.
Yeah,
it's easy to slip. Yeah.
I think they were crawling to get to the end.
It
And then
was
when they were going out, they were crawling back out. And I was like looking at Steve like, dude, we got to do that next.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, the ride up to the start of the white line is no easy trail. It's steep, it's rocky, it's dusty. I ended up picking up my bike for a little bit of it and carrying it up.
Which way did you go? The way we took you or Broken Arrow?
Well, we went, Mia, you and I last summer when we rode there, we went to Chicken Point, but we never went past that. But
no, but we came from Little Horse.
Yes, we came in the same way. But once we were at Chicken Point, we kept going up to the start of the white line.
Yeah, no.
And that section of trail is brutal.
Yeah, I hiked it.
Yeah. Oh, it's ugly. And we got up there and I'm thinking, we worked pretty hard for this. I think Joey's going to ride the white line.
I think Joey's a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't want to push my bike up there just to push my bike up there.
And then I'm driving home after Sedona. It was later that day. I'm driving home to Durango and I'm in the car and I'm thinking, I can't believe Joey did that. Wait a minute. Does he have some sort of a terminal illness? Is he just trying to live life? What's going on here? How did that happen?
No, I told you I was 100% confident. There was no thought that something was going to go wrong.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think to top it off is that we were on High Line on the first day out, and then there's a section that's called the Higher Line. It's above the chute. And you got to come off of that, and it's got, I think it's a 3-tier chunk down into the chute. And Joey had eyed that up, and that was steeper than the turn down at the white line. It was a lot chunkier and steeper. And Joey had done that with great brake control, so he knew, like when he walked out there, there was a point where he slid down on his butt, and he looked at it. And he goes on the white line. He was eyeing it. He goes, "Okay, this is less steep." He's like, "I think I got this."
Yeah.
And I think I said to you, Joey, I said, "I know you got this, but is it worth it?" And then he just laughed it off, and he just went into that zone. He was like, "Oh shit, here he goes. He's in."
Because that higher line is more difficult than the white line.
Oh yeah,
lower consequence.
It's lower consequence, but you can see the bike comes off that line. The back tire was off the ground for a while. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Someone's got a little feedback, guys. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah, I hear
it. He's mixing away in there.
I don't think
So, Mark, my background right now is from the higher line.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I never knew, like when you go up there, if you're ever at High Line before the chute, just hike up that section. The plateau up there was about a football field in size, and the view was just gorgeous.
Yeah, Joey had saw there was people up there that were like eating lunch, having a picnic up there.
Yep, we all have to go back now.
Yes, we got to go check it out. And then Alexis and Mia, I felt like every time there was something going on at the festival, you guys were involved. You guys had so many things going on. Holy cow. Can you talk a little bit about what it is that you were doing? Because I was like, there they go. There they go again.
Well, on the Friday, Alexis was on the coach panel with like Jeff Lenoski and all those dudes and girls.
Yeah, that was really cool. Last minute, but very cool.
And then Friday we were doing a thing with Revel, but only a couple folks showed up, which was fine. We were doing like a geo talk. And then Saturday, you guys were there. It was our group ride, which is absolutely phenomenal. There's a lot of people. And then we had our ladies panel talk, which was super cool. The women who lead, and we had 4 ladies talking about how they survive as entrepreneurs in this business, being women. Then we had the party. Like it was just like one thing after another. And then on Sunday for our ladies ride, so many ladies showed up. We ended up having to split the group into 3.
Yeah.
So,
oh dang,
Alexis and Mallory from the Flagstaff Ladies Shredders led. You guys called it the mild ride, right, Alexis? It was like there was mild, spicy, and advanced or something.
The mild, spicy, yes.
Yeah, and I did the Grand Central ride with some of the ladies, and then some other ladies did the Javelina ride. So if you guys haven't ridden that, that's super. It's all up there in the same network of trails, and then we just came back up and did the raffle at the Revel tent. They had a pitcher of margarita that was like this big.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
At one point, you just saw Adam from Revel with like 3 bottles of tequila, like dumping tequila in this thing.
I took sips of that thing. I was like, oh,
It was strong, right?
All tequila.
really strong, really strong.
Yeah, we had a lot. It was great. We had a lot of really good support from people. Revel were great. Shredley was good. They supplied us with some of their new clothes. Crank Brothers, same thing. Sedona Mountain Bike Academy is always the one there giving us the donuts. Have you guys had the donuts in Sedona?
I'm purposefully avoiding them.
They're always gone when we get there.
Yeah, last year we saw them for a second and then they were gone. It's like, excuse me, pardon me, like working our way through the crowd. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. You got there, you're like, hey, look, there's a piece of coconut. That was delicious. But the actual donuts are amazing, huh?
Well, I tell you what, next year we'll have some just for you guys.
Ooh.
And the favorite one, the best one that I had this year was maple glazed with bacon bits on top.
Oh.
I don't need to hear that.
So good.
So good.
Oh.
It was so good.
Next year, there's going to be a sign that says you can park here for donuts.
Yeah.
That's a great
bad
idea. That's a great idea, Joey.
That's a good idea. So, Steve, you had found us the epic house again. We rented it the second year in a row. Tell the folks about this house and how
Way
we were
too much
the
fun.
popular parking spot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. We got so lucky with this house. It's a huge house. It's about 2 blocks away from the event. So we walked there and we never had to pay for parking because we paid for the house. And what was it? A 4-bedroom, 3-bath with an upstairs that was perfect for podcasting and a downstairs that has a foosball machine and an arcade machine. It's got a hot tub and couches everywhere. And it's just
Fire pit.
Wonderful. Yeah. Fire pit. Oh my God. We had so much fun. And it was Joey, Mark, myself, John, and Josh, the same crew as last year. And then we also had Jeremy, who is from the Bike Inn in Bentonville. And he parked his trailer out front and crashed with us. And we got to enjoy his company. And we got to ride with him one day on that white line ride. And he's a great rider.
Dude.
He shreds.
I mean,
He really is.
Shreds.
I don't know if you guys will get that house next year. I'm just saying.
I'm going to try, but we'll see what happens. All right.
I think Women's MTB Network is going to get it. I see that look. I see that look.
Give me a second.
I mean, I'm just saying. I think that me, Alexis, Candace, and Lauren could probably use the house, as well as
That was the Playboy Mansion compared to our little
yeah,
bungalow.
dude.
Hey, you guys had a cool spot. I loved your back porch. That
I
was
didn't
awesome.
get to see it. Talk about it. What do you mean?
Didn't have a jacuzzi. It didn't have it. Like, I called Steve one day. I was like, hey, we're just leaving, going back to the festival. Where are you? He's like, oh, I'm in the jacuzzi. We're just hanging out.
I'm in the jacuzzi.
It's like 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Mark and I could hear him as we rode by. I was like, those guys are out. I think they're in the jacuzzi.
Splashing around. Like, what are they doing in there?
You guys have a lot of booze on the counter. I was like, oh, this is the party house right there. I was like, you got tequila.
Oh yeah,
Tons of whiskey. Yeah,
definitely. Mother Earth Brew Company sponsored the podcast. Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, if you open the fridge, that's all it was Mother Earth in there.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't get to drink one of those. So
they are good.
Oh my God.
I didn't know you guys had them. Mark, when we come up in a couple weeks to do Velocity, we need to celebrate with some of those beers.
Yeah, we can even go there to Mother Earth. They're not too far away. They're like right in Joey's backyard. And they're a terrific sponsor to the show. And they sent us with so much beer. I think my car was doing a wheelie all the way to Sedona. It was like,
I am paused to leave.
You're paused?
Because I'm just like ready to jump out the door because my wife and I are supposed to go to a movie right now. But I want to leave by saying, Mia, you're amazing. Gear Girl, you're the freaking best. I loved everything you guys did this year. Joey and Mark, namaste. I love you guys.
Namaste, my brother. Love you, man.
You're awesome too, Steve.
Can't wait to watch your video tomorrow. For the folks out there listening, go to SpokesmanMTB's video on YouTube. Check out some of that white line stuff that we got done. That was so
I love
good.
you guys. Be well.
Love you, brother.
Go.
Have fun at the movie. Say hi to Lynn.
I will.
Behave. You know what we mean.
No. All right.
Steve was
like fades.
He was checking off boxes this weekend too.
Yes, he sure was. Dang, he was. You know, on Little Horse on the way out from Chicken's Peak, you know, like that waterfall section where there's like the drops and then there's that like steep, chunky waterfall. He was like, I could only hope to do this someday. And on the way out, we were having so much fun, and he was in the front, and we were all packed in behind him. And he's just like, well, I guess today's the day. And he freaking cleaned all that.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
It was so good.
Little Horse is such a fun trail. I was hoping to take Alexis and Candace down, but that's a next year's trip.
What's
but yeah, it's over on the other part of Sedona near Bell Rock, but we weren't able to do it. It's one of our favorite trails. And dude, like Alexis and Candace went riding with Joey Yates, and they did like Scorpion and Pyramid. And apparently Pyramid, I haven't done it. Wow. There was a chute that's similar to Highline. They say if you can clean that chute, you can do the Highline chute. And there's Alexis just like kicking ass, like, you know, following Joanna's line. It was freaking amazing. Yeah, I got drone footage of them.
I dabbed a couple times, but I mean, like, I was telling Mia, dude, I'm just like, okay, if I eat shit here, I don't have any sick leave right now because I used it all up because I had a bug. I'm like, so this is what sucks about getting older. Sometimes you're just like, okay, I gotta be careful because, you know, it's like I don't want to get injured. But it was really fun, dude. It was really fun.
Sick. Yeah. I ought to check that out. The
Pyramid. Yeah, it was super chunk. It was, and Joanna's like, if you've ever ridden with Joanna, it's just like,
oh my God, she's a boss.
She's an amazing coach, and she is just like, she picks the greatest, the cleanest lines. Yep. She's just such a fun rider to follow.
Dude.
She's one of the few that when you're in Sedona and they say follow my line, you follow her line. Yeah. And I think she helped Joey out on White Line, didn't she?
Yeah. So
no, line. Sorry, Highline.
Yes. On Highline, yeah, she didn't know that she helped us out, but I know that she's a coach there and she rides there all the time. And I looked up one of her videos. There's that on Highline. There's a right-hander that I walked the first time we did it, and I was like, I got to get through that. So I screenshot her Instagram, and Mark and I were able to slow it down in slow motion and see exactly where she rode down that. And then the more you zoom in, you can just see as she's riding down that line, she's got the biggest smile on her face. And Mark and I are like, that's the line right there. We're taking that line.
Yes. Yeah. So
like, we didn't even hesitate. Both Mark and I just rolled right into that because we studied it so much. So that was perfect.
Yeah, it was so good. So smooth.
Oh my God, Johnny, tearing up, missing. We miss you too, Johnny.
I know.
Tearing up.
Gear Girl's my fave.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
yeah. So that section that Joey's talking about after the shoot on Highline, you kind of come down and there's that weird, like, couple stair-steppy, rocky roll drops. And then you turn right and then you turn left. And then there's that, like, real steep section with a hard right. And there's exposure on your left.
Yep.
And that was it. We saw Joanna. She took the far left line, and her front tire just touches the pad at the bottom on the outside, but you have plenty of room to turn your hard right. It's just not as hard because you're outside turning in, and it was so smooth.
Yeah.
She did it cleaner than both of us, but because I kind of came to a stop and then turned, and I keep watching her video, and she just hucks right around that. I'm like, I gotta tune that up next year.
And we saw her at the festival, and she doesn't really know us that well. Yeah, and we were so excited. I think we just threw up all the information. We're like, we watched your video and then the line and this and that. And she smiled. She's like, great. That's awesome. Good job. I gotta go. We're like, okay.
I'll introduce you guys next time. I didn't know you didn't know her.
We know of her. But yeah, I we weren't really communicating well because we were like super stoked.
Yeah, we're so stoked.
Oh man,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I was just speaking of seeing people that we look up to and admire. So just really quickly, so I'm eating lunch over at the tables.
Oh yeah,
and
this Mia's getting hilarious.
Mia and Candace are very generously getting. It's a team effort here. Mia and Candace are getting the food, and I'm holding the table down. All of a sudden, Jeff Kendall Weed walks over and he goes, "Can I sit here?" I'm like, Sure. And I'm just like, it's Jeff Kendall Weed. And
Yeah,
I'm just like,
she looks over at us.
And Mia's over at the food truck looking at me, and I'm like trying to mouth. And she just comes running over. It was great. It was so good.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, Jeff Kendall Weed's right here, dude. Get over here.
He's an epic writer. I
Dude,
love the one where he was following Braden Bringhurst when they were taking the Canyon Spectrals out. One of the latest videos they dropped. Holy crap, that looked fun.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, dude. Yeah,
that guy shreds. And Candace actually got a chance. Short Passion got a chance to experience everything this year and remember it.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
The whole week was us joking about how she didn't remember shit. Pardon me. Pardon my French. I don't know if I can cuss or not.
Yeah. Le shit.
Le crap. From the year before, but she had a great time. And she did some things that were out of her comfort zone, and she did really, really well. Like, it helps.
Killed it.
Yeah, following Alexis and I down lines, I think she was pretty comfortable. She's such a great rider. It's just her first time riding Sedona. You guys know what that's like. Yeah. First time riding Sedona, you don't know what you're doing. She was on a rental bike. She wasn't even on her own bike. Dang. So she killed it. She absolutely killed it.
Yeah, she did. She did such. There was a couple when we went riding with Joanna. There was a couple sections where she felt like kind of hesitant, but she just cleaned it so well. She did such badass job. She was just really riding really well.
I think for her, like me, is the exposure. So the second you hit something, there's a bunch of exposure, like you get in your head. There's sections of Teacup that the three of us did. And Alexis is like, no big deal, track standing and trial hopping on some of this stuff. And I'm so freaking impressed.
Trial hopping.
You did that on that like tight little switchback. Anyway, and then Candace and I are like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not. I'm walking down that section.
Although I was telling Mia a lot. I'm like, I miss my e-bike.
Oh yes, I had that same song going up in my head. I was just like, how cool would this be to like rip through here on an eve and then just do it again and do it again. And then maybe go back to the festival. There was so we did the Highline with this group. Jason, I forget what his handle is. He's like a MTB coach. He's pretty famous out there in the world of MTB. His crew, there was one guy on a decoy, and we shuttled the Highline so that we'd have to climb all the way out of Templeton. And the decoy guy went over the Highline, just like us, and then ended at the end. We rode our bikes to the car and shuttled out. And by the time we picked up our car by the Red Agave, the decoy was coming out. So he got to go back over in the same amount of time. I was like, damn. Wow. And smile. And he didn't look worn out. He didn't look like he had partied for 30 years. He looked like he was all fresh and happy.
I wonder if they're going to change the laws with that, you know.
I did see a lot of E's out there. Did you guys see also a lot of E's?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because those are the people that are ruining it for other people. And you guys know I love e-bikes. I have one. I have two actually sitting in my garage. But, it's kind of crappy. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I think it'll change.
Yeah. Ammo was from Sedona Mountain Bike Academy. I was talking to her a little bit, and she was saying that they don't regulate it. It's illegal, but they don't really regulate it in any way. So
there isn't enough people there to ticket people and be on the trail and give them all the tickets and stuff. Yeah. So
I had heard that the e-bikes got accidentally lumped into throttle assist when they made that rule. And to be able to get that now out and amend that rule takes forever. And it's easier for like the rangers and everybody to be like, okay, this does way less damage than a Jeep does on the trail. So like they're just not enforcing, which if that's really the case, how cool would that be to be able to take it out there? But
I did a ton of research for Steve and his wife Tess, the Hardtail Party, because he has somewhat of a disability now. Mm-hmm. And I watched one of his videos, and I'm friends with Tess, and I emailed her, and I did research for 2 days. I did legal research, and I was like, here's an argument for why Steve can use an e-bike. all the legal backing on it. And then I found what you're saying, Mark, where they lumped it as throttle bikes, class ones as throttle bikes. So they have this bad stigma, but because it's a federal law, it's going to take a lot for them to change it. So, but even then, Steve was hesitant in riding his e-bike in Sedona when I spoke to him. So
yeah, then there's that social pressure now. Like, will people look down on it, or will they be okay with it because it's technically against the law? But here we go. Right and Dirty is saying, I talked to locals and they allow them. Technically, Arizona state law says they are allowed. Interesting.
it's a federal law, though. It's a federal law because it's federal land.
Got
So.
it. And Senderoni, what's up, Senderoni? These guys, oh my God, the late night podcast with those guys. Jeez, my goodness, that was freaking fun. Senderoni 50 says, you can e-bike there. There are e-bike group rides all summer. Oh, damn.
Only in specific trails, only in the Jeep trails.
Oh, got it. Got it.
I'm not sure. I mean, an e-bike would be great dropping in from the top of Highline, and the beginning climb, but that part where you're along the cliff, kind of dodging rocks and branches, the e-bikes have a mind of their own. Sometimes they'll just go, and that thing will launch you right off the cliff.
Yeah, not to mention like the bottom bracket of some, you wouldn't even be able to clear some stuff on there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, true. That would change things. Everyone's bottom bracket seems to be hitting. Look at all these marks. Like, why aren't ours touching? What the hell's going on? Oh man. So with Women's MTB Network being at the festival, being so involved, was it easy? Was it hard? Like, it felt like you were there was the throttle down and then there's beyond the floorboard. And I felt like you were somewhere past the floorboard. How'd you do?
It was fun to do the events that we did. There were a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that made it challenging, but I'm seeing it just as an opportunity to grow and what we can learn to do differently next time. But I am really glad that I have the crew that I have with Alexis and Candace. I'm bummed that Lauren couldn't come. My wife, she was only there for a couple of days and then she left. Like, she couldn't even ride with Lex because I think Lex got there and Lauren left the next day.
Yep. Was bummed.
But no, I mean, look, we had a great time, and I think now it's time to just have these bike companies realize that what we're doing is really, really needed and powerful. And so we hope to be at more festivals. Like, I'd love to go to Sea Otter. I want to go to Bentonville Bike Fest, work with Jeremy at Bike In to do a ride that like ends over at his thing. Like, him and Candace are going to talk about that. Awesome. We're working with Specialized to go to Crankworks in Whistler to document women doing slopestyle for the first time. That hopefully is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that will be. And then you also had media coverage across the pond, right? Some of the pictures that you guys got on the group ride are going over the overseas.
Yeah, we got to be interviewed for a feature on UK MTB magazine. They were doing a story on diversity and women on bikes. And so the three of us and Jess Hanna got to do a little interview with him, which I think was super cool. They took some great shots, and it's going to be great to have a feature in a magazine and be like, yeah, we are here to stay.
Yeah, heck yeah. And I think I photobombed one of those shots that are going over the pond. It's like me in the
one of the ones I sent you.
Yeah, me in the background chasing you guys with the camera. How did you get on a bike? I'm like, I'll take it either way it comes.
We'll tag you all the way in the back. The segment.
Exactly. Oh man, that was fun. We're getting a question here from the chats real quick about the bikes out there. And we can talk about all different bikes because you guys were on different bikes too. Joey was on the new YT Jeff C Core 5, and Marty in New Zealand is asking, how was the Jeff C? How was it, Joey? How do you think it compared to the old Jeff C?
Yeah, so that's my main bike is the older Jeff C. I wouldn't say older, maybe a year, 2 years. But the new one was climb better, and downhill was more like equal to the Capra would be how I would say. And then it had the transmission, I guess is what they're calling it, right? The rear derailleur. And when I brought it back, they asked me how I liked it. I was like, oh, yeah, that thing never skipped gears, like no matter where I was. So I was like, not to ever think about your rear derailleur was great. That bike was amazing.
What's the travel on that?
Ooh, I'm gonna say 150 in the front, probably 150 in the rear. That's my best guess.
It's like your perfect Sedona bike.
Oh, there was nothing that I did that I was like, oh, I could use a little more. Like it was perfect.
Yeah. And then I think Joey did it. The engagement on that thing was really good. What, didn't it come with a Hydra or something?
Yeah, that's the i9 Hydra. That saved me definitely on the white line. On the white line. When you come down, that left hand turns so sharp, and I'm not good at the nose manual with the back wheel pivot yet, especially on a cliff. So I was able to just kind of ratchet that bike around, and then boom, took off. So
Nice.
So that's nose pivot. You're going to do that when you do the white line the next time.
Yeah, that's the plan. Top and bottom nose pivot.
I'll be there with a drone filming you.
There you go.
No big deal. No big deal.
No big deal.
Now you girls were on. I know you girls are testing out so many bikes. What bikes did you guys have there, and how were your experiences on those?
I was on my new Revel. I'm going to show you guys this bike. The color of it is called Pony Boy.
Pony Boy. Let's check this out.
Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up here.
There it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh, bummer. I was going to try and beat you.
So shiny. Is that like some PelliBikeCare on it? It's like sparkling.
No, it's half matte, half gloss. That's how all Revel bikes are. They're half matte, half gloss.
Whoa. Beautiful.
And I took a couple falls on this thing when I was there, which is always fun. But
yeah, you brought home some souvenirs.
Yeah.
I did.
You and Candace traded.
Yeah, we did. I loved how Alexis captured that. Alexis is just filming us. But this is the V2 of the Revel Rascal. I ride for Revel, and it's kind of like the Jeffsy you were talking about. Like there's subtle differences, and you can really find notice the climbing and the descending. 130, 140. And I've ridden my other bike in Sedona, my 160, 150, and this one's, 160, 150, I think is overkill for Sedona, but yeah. And Lex was on one of her bikes.
Yeah, I work at InCycle, so I get pretty good deals with Specialized, and I was on a Stumpy, and it was it wasn't the Evo, it was just the standard Stumpy, 29 front. I had two sixes on there, front and rear, 29 by 2.6 front and rear, which felt really good. It was just it was 140 mil travel in the front. I think it's 130 in the rear as well. And it felt fine. It felt really good. It was playful and fun. And yeah, I agree with you, Mia. That was just like the perfect bike for Sedona, in my opinion.
The one thing I didn't like about my bike, and I don't know if you guys have ran these tires, is these Continental tires. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, no. She was not happy with those tires.
When I fell the first time, these girls heard me just cussing up a stormy, like, these effing tires.
Oh,
these effing Continental suck.
Like, were they washing out, or what was going on there?
Like, it happened to me twice.
Ooh.
She was pissed.
Oh, yeah, I was not happy. Candace actually caught this follow cam footage. Yeah. Candace caught this follow cam footage of me where I washed out a little bit on the side on Teacup. And instead of falling, I kept walking. Has that happened to you guys where the bike just starts to fall, washed out to the left, and I just walked out of it was the funniest thing. I need to find the footage to send it to you guys.
It's like, exit, stage left.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And Candace is like, good save. That was a good save.
The bike's tumbling down the hill.
Yeah, right.
This is cracking me up right here.
Lauren out of Miami's MTB TNA. What's up, Lauren? She says, I don't know what the white line thing is you did, but Johnny's busy making a paper mache Joey worship doll. I'm concerned.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I didn't know Johnny knows origami.
Just don't poke me.
I need to see a photo of that, Johnny. You need to post that, please.
Yes, definitely. So
Johnny also wants to know what this PelliBikeCare is you speak of, Mark.
Yeah. So Pelli, this is crazy. They have a new product called Ride Repel, and it's like there's the spray there's the waterless spray on the purple, and then the blue is if you want to put like a coat, like that's your little wax coat, the ceramic protect. But they have this brand new product called Ride Repel, And what it is, it's graphene. So you put it on your bike and you coat your whole bike with it, and it basically gives you like this 1 mil layer of protection. That's like, it's pretty strong, but it's super hydrophobic, so everything comes off it. In fact, the dust that normally you get, that beloved red dirt on your bike when you leave Sedona and you don't want to wash your bike for a couple days. When I racked my bike, and Joey doesn't have a ride repel yet on his Jeffsy, my bike looked like it came out of the wash. It looks so clean still. It's just like, dang,
That's so sad.
stuff worked.
When we got I told Scott and Steve that when we got home, I go, my bike looks like I went to Sedona. I don't know if Mark even went.
I know.
Lies.
It's so good. I was like, dang, that's good. The gears, like kept some of the red stuff, but yeah, everywhere I put that ride repel, just all the dust just flicked off. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird in a cool way.
I'm not gonna wash my bike for a minute. I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't want to get that Sedona dirt off of yet. It's like a badge of honor.
I had to turn mine back in. Sad face.
That just means you're gonna have to go back.
Yeah, right.
Yes. But YT is looking for a bike for Joey, a YT Jeffsy. So I think we will be seeing a video at some point in the near future, which is super dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So good. So going back to the tires, we all ride different tires. I'm on Kenda. Mia, what do you normally ride outside of Continental?
Maxxis. My big bike has Agasai and DHRs.
Okay.
But I had the Versus on the trail bike that we were demoing out for a while, and I really liked that. We rode that in Sedona, and the Versus did really well.
Yeah. Versus is a good tire too. That's what Joey's on. Joey's on the Versus.
Yeah, I'm on the Versus, and they've never let me down. I've never had a flat. I've never had to put a plug in one, and I think on the Jeffsy, I think that's the original pair of Versas, and I just keep rolling them. I want to see how far they'll go before I need to replace them.
Nice.
Ooh, Goodyear tires. Trail Pimp runs Goodyear tires. Interesting. I haven't tried those.
Oh,
yeah.
BFGs.
Yeah. Alexis, how about you? What are you rolling on?
I'm currently, I love WTB and I love Maxxis, but I'm currently, because I'm running the specialized I'm running a butcher 2.6 in the front and a eliminator 2.6 in the rear. Nice. And they're not, and I'm a total tan wall whore. Like all of my bikes have tan walls, so
those look good.
Tan walls always look good.
Yeah.
Those eliminators are great though. I have them on my e-bike and they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're really grippy.
Eric Riding Dirty is saying he rode some Goodyears today at Canuga. He's out there.
Dude, the Canuga.
Yeah.
Love Canuga.
He's saying they were pretty good. Yeah.
Have you guys ridden Canuga yet?
No.
Oh, dude, it's so epic. It's so fun. It's an e-bike. It's an e-bike park for sure. Because the climb takes. Yeah.
E-bike for sure.
Yeah, the climb's like 20 minutes long, but I mean the descents are just fire. It's such a fun place to ride.
Wait, it's 20-minute long uphill on an e-bike?
No, okay, so 15-10 for on an e-bike, 20 if you're me on an acoustic bike. So yeah.
Gotcha. I see. That's where Bobo films a lot of his videos. He's in Canuga, and that bike park looks fun. They're always having a blast there.
Yeah, isn't he out of Asheville? I think. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, him and Tan Daddy, and then they're not too far from Seth, right? Burn Peak.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
JT.
Oh, JT's saying, I'm also a whore. The Dusty Dutchman. He's in the house. Man. Oh my god, that's funny. That's so funny. Johnny's saying, riding dirty at NC. My old riding buddy moved there, so I'll be there soon. Yeah, I gotta get out there. I've not been out there yet. Mia, have you been out there?
No, I haven't. No, I want to go to Colorado this fall. I want to do New Mexico. There's so much for us to do around here. I'm trying to go to Whitefish, Montana in July, late July. There's just so much,
Yeah, all good stuff. Are you planning at going to Whistler for Crankworks or anything?
Yeah, we're trying to work with a couple sponsors to see if we can go up there to document, the ladies riding slopestyle for the first time, which is epic. And and amazing. So I don't know if we'll get to ride, but I've never been to Whistler. Have you guys been to Whistler?
I have, yeah. I've only been once and I want to go back. It is magical, awesome stuff. Like when they were like the locals when I was there, they were like, "Sorry, man, this is super dry and dusty." I'm like, wow, I wonder what that would be like if it's not super dry. Because their dry and dusty was my like, this is amazing.
That's your Southern California.
Yeah. I was like, I'm actually gripping here. This is great. And man, but yeah, the place is so cool. There's so many trails to conquer there, and it's all built so good. So yeah,
you guys need to come out this way to Ventura County so we can take you down some of those lines here in Westlake, like Spectrum and Happy Ending and all that stuff.
Yes, yeah,
Sounds good.
I've only done those once, but all the other trails outside of that like hub area where those are at, I don't have any other experience, but those were fun. Spectrum was fun. I think that was my favorite. Or Happy Ending. That's the one that has like a lot of jumps on the right-hand side of the trail.
Yeah,
right, as you're
there's
going
like
down.
some berms, a couple jumps and stuff. We haven't even taken Alexis there yet. It's because you got to climb.
Oh, yeah.
I have my e-bike.
Yeah, we have our e-bike.
True.
Bring your e-bike.
True. JT is saying, oh, Trail Pip saying, I love happy endings.
Yeah, those are the best.
I hope it's the same happy endings we're talking about. JT is saying, y'all are invited to the den when it's done.
Hell
Dude,
yeah. We're road tripping.
Yeah, his series on that is so good. Have you guys had a chance to see his episode on that new den?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty epic.
It's going to be like a series of 10, which should be really, really cool. Johnny's asking, who's doing Ride and Shine? Oh, yeah, I'll be there. We're all going to be there. That's going to be good. Johnny's going to fly out for that. So that'll be fun. Octodad is saying Continental tires are lasting a long time in New Zealand loam, but don't need inserts for low pressure wet grip. Huh.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, Joey and Mia, do you guys, for the folks who don't know, when it comes to the Versus tires, like how are those tires different than other tires? Like what's unique about them?
For me, the Sedona specifically, I felt like they rolled a little faster. That's the only place I've actually tried them is in Sedona. So that's the only frame of reference I have. And they weren't as chunky as like the Assegai, so they didn't feel as heavy. But they were pretty grippy. And I talked to Scott when I was in Sedona because I actually think the blue tires will look really good on my new bike with like that splatter that he has. So I think I might get some to try it out. But yeah. What about you, Joey? What do you think? You've ridden it everywhere.
Yeah, they definitely roll fast there. If you're doing the trail tires, they're nice and light. I ride the Gravity on the e-bike, but the trail on the Jeffsy. I like the accordion sidewalls because that tire, it kind of sometimes you'll look back and think you flatted because it's kind of shaping to the trail so much. It's almost like having a little extra suspension. And the tires never break loose. Like, I mean, if you want them to, you can get them to, but I've noticed on other tires, there'll be like, you'll enter a corner and you'll have to slide until you get onto your sidewall. You know, like it breaks loose for just a second. And you got to trust that. But I don't get that with the Versus at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Those accordion sidewalls, the knobs on the edges, they have like these little slits on them. And what they're geared for is when you geared girl, when you turn, those things are made to conform to the trail. So it like really gets grippy and that's pretty cool. And they also make this cool hum noise when you get to a certain speed. You know, you're like around 20 or so when you get this like Versus hum. That. Yeah, check it out. Like next time you get up to a higher speed, it'll make a different sound, and you're like, okay, I'm at speed to hit this jump or that jump without even looking. You're just, you know, on the E, I have my little sheet screen that tells me how fast I'm going. But when I used to ride Versus, I just hear the hum, and I'm like, all right, I'm there. And it was good.
That's awesome.
Good. I could count on it. Trail Pimp is saying, who's running Cushcore on an e-bike? It's a game changer. Dude, I've never ran Cushcore yet.
Never used it.
No?
Not on an e-bike. I spoke to a couple people who did, like Dakota, who rides for Revel. He had it on his DH bike, just on the rear. He turned an enduro bike, a 170 mil bike, into a single speed double crown fork.
Whoa.
Like bike, and he only put Kushkor in the back. You guys saw Dakota. He rode with us.
Dude,
he was the one doing the wheelies everywhere we went. Like
he is
Dakota's
such a
insane.
talented rider.
Shreds, yeah.
He shreds.
Rider.
I went up to him at the bunny hop competition. I was like, I got money on you and Maximilian. All right, go do your thing. But yeah, that dude shreds. So
Yeah, he was doing
talented.
manuals up the hill and down the hill and nose bonds. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
good.
He's
Yeah.
only 25 years old too, so the future for that kid is so bright.
So nice.
He's
He
a
looked like he was
baby.
having so much fun. He was like, I don't know what they call it in mountain biking, but as a skateboarder, when you go up and you do like, you get your back wheels over a lip, they call it a blunt, right? You go blunt to fakie. And he was doing those things on the bike. It was just so sick to see. And then he'd do a half cab out, but he was doing it down rock gardens. I'm like, what the hell? It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, just a heads up. If you ever go drinking with the Revel Bikes crew, just bring a shitload of Coors Banquet because they drink that like water. It is.
We went to the Sundowner. Have you guys been to the Sun? You guys went to the Sundowner with us last year.
Last
the
year,
year,
yeah.
And we get there after the industry party on Thursday, and these fools all pack in my Tesla, and I'm like the sober one there. And it was just fun. I think Alexis was pretty sober too, but we get there, and Maddie is like, Maddie's like, okay, I got $500 cash. I'm buying Coors Banquet for everyone, and I'm like, what the hell is a Coors Banquet? Like, I had no idea what that was.
And then Addie's like, okay, Jello shots. I'm like, oh god. And Candace, God bless her, she took the bullet because me and I were like, nope. And it's just she's like, it was awesome.
Okay, Marty, you don't want to know what Coors Bank. No, who said colors? You don't want to know what that is. It's disgusting. It's an American version of the Aussie beer. What is it? That beer that everyone talks about here? Why am I? We don't even drink that in Australia.
Oh, what is that?
Foster's.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not missing anything, mate.
We could sneak some Mother Earth in there. Try to change it up. There is the one that's like a lighter beer that they might like. But now, what is it with the Sundowner and Jello shots? Because that happened last year.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
They tried with the Jello shots, and I was like, over the shoulder, bye.
Yeah. It landed in my mouth. He's like, poof. And I was talking. I was like, I'm all, oh, what was that?
I think Candace did that. She just kind of took a few little like licks, and she was just like, she kept like, I think I have video footage of it of her just like, oh no,
she throwing up.
Yeah, she was just like, this is disgusting.
It was so gross. Next year we'll have to get you guys back there to the Sunday. I think Heather and Jared and Maddie all met us there afterwards too, and we were trying to get them to have any, and they're like not having any of it.
Dude, so was it Saturday night? We went to what we thought was the after party at what's the place with the bull?
Stagecoach.
Stagecoach. We got in there and there was hardly any mountain bikers in there. It seemed like all locals.
What time did you go?
9 o'clock. Was it 9:30, something like that?
About 9:30.
Yeah.
I pieced out.
I think it was all industry, but it didn't look. It looked like a mixture of locals and industry.
Yeah. Everybody that got on the bull were like, "Yay!" Well, we don't know them, but yay! And then Steve got up there and he wore his GoPro full face helmet. And you could tell there were mountain bikers in the house because then everybody was cheering for him.
Yeah.
But it was like definitely a mixed crowd. And we saw Heather and Maddie and Jared leaving as we got in, and we got to catch up with them outside for a bit. But they said, yeah, they're like, we did a lap and then we really didn't see anybody, so we left. But I thought last year we had it was like bigger. We didn't go last year, so we thought we missed out on an epic mountain bike party.
It was bigger last year. Last year was packed, absolutely packed. So we were like, it got to 9 o'clock, and I was telling the girls, I'm like, I'm out. I'm so tired. There's
9
no
o'clock?
effing way I'm staying in here.
9 o'clock, dude. You were out at 8:30. Like
There you go.
bounced pretty
Even
quick.
earlier.
Yeah,
How-
it's just and then Tony and Jess come over and Candace and I are sitting there and it's just like it was like the zombie table. We're all like poor Jess and Tony are just Jess the maker and Tony her husband. They're just sitting there and they're just like, yeah, we tried to come and just hang out, but they were just like, I'm leaving soon. I think they got 2 beers and they took like 2 sips of it and then they were done. It was just
Oh.
like it was.
And then
it was
let's talk about how Joe has no inhibition and is still awake. Like I was
Yeah.
looking at
Oh,
him, I'm like,
yeah.
dude, how
Oh,
are you
kid's
still
the
awake
man.
right now?
How?
Joe was just bouncing around like a ping pong ball. I was just like, didn't you just get back from like flying over from Mexico, dude? He had
Yeah.
so much energy. I was like in shock.
So
Yeah.
much. I mean, they literally went from a Oaxaca bike trip, riding every day, all day, flew straight into the festival, shuttled in, straight into activities and meet and greets and all kinds of things. Yeah, I don't know how they did it. Tony looked
And-
tired.
Well, they got in at 1 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah. Yeah.
Zombies.
Yeah. MTV Zombies Octodad says, Johnny's saying, Marty, your fave is horny. Number 162 when he asked who was the best bull person. It was person horny number 162. Yeah, and Steve went out there, which was cool.
Every
and-
man Jack keeps him
Yeah.
awake.
Yes,
Every man
that's
Jack
so
keeps him
true.
awake. Right? Smells his pizza. Let's go. Let's get it. Oh my gosh. So Alexis, when you were there at the festival and you had to like jump up on that panel, did you know that was in the schedule or was that something that came down like all of a sudden and you had to just get up there?
No, Joanna literally, I mean, that was very sweet of her, but she's literally like, the day we went riding, she's like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, I don't think anything. I got to check the schedule. She's like, do you want to be on this coach's panel? I'm like, sure, but I don't like getting up in public and speaking. So I was an honor, but I was just like, it was so cool. But yeah, me and a microphone don't really mix very well.
She did so well. She did amazing.
Yeah. That stage would be very intimidating. It's like a full-on legit concert stage. And I've not been to any of the programs over there, but was it pretty crowded and is it very interactive? How does it go?
No. It was pretty chill. Mia actually, the women's the next day, the women's panel that got a huge turnout. That was awesome. It was so awesome.
Dang. How did that feel? Was that nerve-wracking? Did you feel comfortable?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt comfortable. I just was excited to highlight 4 amazing women in the industry that are doing such great things. So we had Jess from the content creator side. We had Brooklyn, right, from Free Hub Magazine. We had Shredley, Ashley, the founder of Shredley, and Amaranth, my friend that runs the Sedona Mountain Bike Academy. So each one had their own perspective. And we had fun with it. We asked them questions. Okay, let me ask you guys. Mark, you go first.
Yes.
Joey, you go second.
Oh boy, here we go.
Favorite
Ready.
trailside snack?
Favorite trailside snack? Gummy bears.
Joey?
Gummy bears, that'd be good. If it's gonna be candy, it's gonna be Sour Patch Kids.
Okay. Chamois or no chamois?
No chamois.
Chamois.
What in the what?
I was waiting for that.
My booty has no chamois.
My booty has no chamois either.
Yeah. If I wear a chamois, I feel like for sure I'm going to get a list to go to the grocery store after riding. It's like walking around in that thing all day. No, I can't.
Yeah, that part's no good. But you know what I like about the chamois is, well, it's like a big diaper, but it pulls your shorts out so they don't ever get stuck on the seat. And when I don't wear it, the shorts are baggy and they get stuck on the seat sometimes.
That's weird. You need a new seat, friend.
Maybe.
Okay. Favorite place to ride?
Favorite place to ride?
Uh-huh.
Ooh. Probably for me, it's the local spot. I love riding my local spot because I always run into everybody. I know the trail. There's always
What's
something
that?
challenging for me to do. It's Greer Ranch.
Dude, I need to.
We need
I
to
want.
go.
I was telling Mia we need to go ride Greer.
Yes.
It looks so cool. It looks so cool.
It's
Joey?
so fun.
My favorite place to ride, and it's where I progress the most, is Dog Park or the YT Mill or the San Clemente trails. Right there, they're all the same.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mark
love
took me
it.
down there. Those are some fun trails.
Those are
Yeah,
fun.
and there's
Yeah.
you can just level up a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so cool.
Remember that, Mia? Sloppy seconds. Woo.
Oh, bring on that trail any day now. I think I progressed a lot in the last year. I will eat the crap out of that thing.
Dude, you were already doing it when we were out there on a whole brand new bike, and then we went down the big crack. That was so good. It was
That
so
scared
fun.
the crap out of me, that crack. I did not see it coming.
I go, here it comes, the big crack. I'm like, holy shit. And we're just flying through there. I'm like, oh, she didn't even want to slow down. She's so scared she went through it at a PR.
Yeah. Back at trails though, I have a place called Calaveras in my backyard for the most part, and it was my Sedona training ground. It has all that janky rock, techie, steep stuff, and I've been out there for the last month just playing on that, and that transferred over to Sedona just like I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joey leveled up.
Short little trails, but they have the perfect training ground.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Not legal.
JT made a comment here that I would like to address for a quick second. First of all, I did not understand this expression until I was at work and my boss had to explain it to me. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Americans. Second, friend, you need a good saddle because I stopped wearing a chamois about a month ago when I put a new saddle on my seat, and I don't need to wear a chamois.
What saddle are you running?
It's a Specialized Mimic.
I've heard good things. Yes.
They sent me 2 saddles, and it's the one you had for a bit, Alexis. We traded saddles.
I have to. I mean, actually, I put after hearing this blasphemy that I encountered this weekend. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. So I rode my gravel bike yesterday with just because I have all Specialized saddles on my bike because I work for Specialized, and it actually felt pretty good. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, maybe no chamois is the way to go.
Yeah, so we have no chamois from the both of you.
Oh, actually, wait, I lied. It's called the Power Pro with mirror.
Yeah,
it's got a mirror on
it.
it.
It looks like a 3D print thing of it.
It's like a 3D.
Oh,
it's like a
yeah.
Oh, it was like, wait, mirror? What kind of pimping crazy?
Yeah, Google it. Pro Power with mirror.
And if you ever go into a Specialized shop, you can get your ass measured to make sure your sit bones are the correct width. We have a lovely little machine that does it in like a couple seconds, and then you know what width you need to get.
Oh, for your sit bones, yes.
Yep.
Is it a gel type pad that you sit on, or?
No, it's actually it's a computer. Well, we have the gel one too, but or at least our location does. But it's computer. You sit on this little pad that actually does heat. What is it called? It does imprints, heat imprints of your sit bones.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
That is a nice saddle. Let's give Mia the full layout here. Holy schmoly. Let's take a look. Oh, wow.
You can't really see, but there's like this whole 3D printing looking thing on top. It's pretty bomb. It's pretty sick.
That is pretty sick. Yeah.
I had issues for the first time with the saddle in Sedona. I generally the bike comes set up with the seat perfect on it for me. I never touch it. And on the demo, when we were on the woman's ride on the way back, I was like, man, everything hurts. We didn't even ride that far. Everything's going numb. And then I looked down and my seat was sticking up.
Ow.
I was like, oh, all day on that. Yeah, so
if you had a little of a JJ, that would not have been pleasant.
Yeah, make sure you get your saddle where you want it.
Yeah.
Make sure your sit bones are sitting on the part that the part's supposed to be. Yes, yeah, that part. Dusty Dutchman, I just got to read this out because this is funny as hell. Damn, y'all just raw dog with no chamois. I'd be an angry dinosaur. Megasaurus. That was good, JT. Yeah, dude, I stopped wearing chamois a couple years ago. I would always get this hey, can you go pick this and that up? And I'm walking around the store. And I was like, don't know what's wrong with that guy's butt. Look at that guy. What the hell's wrong with that guy? So finally I just stopped. And then eventually, within a couple rides, it didn't bother me anymore, which is fine. And I love this. Ew, no chamois?
Yeah, Johnny.
It's nice, right, Mia?
That was my reaction too, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, it's this kind of the same thing. I hate just to sit, and as a woman, to have to sit there in your chamois afterwards,
yeah. Yeah, I almost
Yeah.
had
But
to
for the
call
most
that-
part,
call that
people change. Go, Alexis. What do you say?
We call that the chamois violation.
Yeah.
Sitting there in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So gross. So yeah, no, I don't. Nope. No
Yeah.
chamois.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people do
But
wear
then I
chamois.
asked her. But then I asked. Okay, so then I asked Mia though. I'm like, okay, dude, but do you wear underwear, or do you
Yeah.
go like commando without the chamois? And she's like, no, I wear underwear. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna ask, and this might be a little TMI, but do you guys wear boxers or underwear, or do you go commando?
Yeah, no, I commando. No, I go like I normally would. I wear my boxer briefs, put my board shorts. I put my
Oh,
MTB
you don't wear
shorts
the
on.
cactus underwear I got you?
I do have those. Sometimes they're in rotation.
We need to see that.
The
Not
cactus
on
underwear?
you, but
Oh.
not on you.
I actually think I'm wearing it right now. I am wearing it right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm
So,
waiting.
well, I mean, this is, how many people are on the show tonight? Okay, what the hell? Let's go for it. No, I fell in a cactus last year. And was it last year, year before last?
The year before the snow year, or the year,
Yes.
not last year, but the year before.
It was brutal. Right on my hiney. No chamois. And I probably had like a million thorns in there. And I was trail side, and I was like, Joey, I'm gonna drop my drawers. I'm gonna try to like pick out as many of these things as I can because we're still like so many miles out. I gotta pedal in and I can't sit down. So I gotta try to handle these. And there was nobody around. Nobody until I dropped my pants. And everybody came by, families with kids. I'm like, where'd you guys come from? I think Mickey Mouse ran through. I'm like, are you lost? What are you doing here? But this mom had these plastic tweezers that didn't work, and she's like trying to give them to me. I'm like, can you guys just keep going? And they're like, no, here, these plastic tweezers. And these tweezers, the teeth, every time I tried to push down, they would go like crooked. So I could never get the needles. It was the worst. And Joey was my wingman. He was like 20 yards out, keeping a good eye out for me, making sure.
Photos of it.
He got some good photos.
I need to see some of those.
Oh man.
Gross, Mark.
Yes. And at the time I was married, so he was sending him to my wife at the time. And he's like, for your eyes only.
Yeah, she didn't open it though because she didn't know who the number was, and she was afraid to open it.
Yes.
Thought it was
like,
spam.
oh yeah, it was me. It was like, but I figured out, if anybody, and you guys probably heard me say this before, if you ever fall on a cactus and the needles are there and you get the big ones out, but the little ones that you can't see, but you could feel them, you take Elmer's glue and you pile it all on there, let it dry, and then you peel it, and it comes right out. So much better.
I remember telling you that, and then that night you called me and you're like, dude, thanks, man. Thanks for telling me the super glue trick. Like, I got the super glue and it worked perfect. And I was like, dude, I hope you didn't use super glue.
Definitely.
Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue, the white Elmer's glue that you got in school.
I have a theory though, Mark, because every time I go to Sedona, I would fall on a cactus or something would happen. So then I got a cactus tattoo recently, and I was like,
you're cured?
I'm cured. I did not fall in a cactus this time. However, Candace and Alexis both had cactuses on them.
Oh, you
No,
did?
I accidentally kicked one.
She accidentally kicked one.
What did it do to you?
I just put my foot in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh man. Did it go through your shoes?
No, it was like on my up high on my sock. I'm like, ow, that hurt.
And Shorty, what happened to her? How did she get a cactus?
She punched a cactus.
Oh, what? It's always those little
She
ones
got
that
it, like-
seem so sweet.
Oh, Shorty is sassy AF. If you always
Yeah,
want to
she
laugh,
really
you
is.
have sassy with you.
Not
girls
last
from
year,
New
but
Orleans.
this year, yes.
You don't play. Yeah. She got it through her glove and everything.
Oh,
Yep.
So
dang.
yeah.
Huh.
Dang.
Mark,
Yeah,
Mia
we
might be onto something because ever since I sent you the cactus underwear, you haven't had any run-ins with cactus.
No, luckily it's been good. It
Yeah.
really has been good. It's been all the rocks and everything else that are taking me out now. I need boxer brief with rocks on it.
There you go.
Something.
Oh man, I want to go back to Sedona so bad already. I can't believe it's already over. Did it seem to go fast for you guys too?
I mean, I was there since the Saturday before. And I love that. I love riding beforehand when the trails aren't super packed.
Mhm.
I don't know, dude. It was exhausting. How about, what did you think, Lex?
Yeah, it was really fun. I had a great time. But yes, I would agree with Mia. There were definitely some things that were a little tiring, just like, just after. I mean, I think I was on the fence. I didn't want to go home, but then I'm like, okay, I think it's also too, I was running low on money. So I'm like, I think it's time to go home. But other than that, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For us too, it felt fast. I think our trail selection, I think we went backwards. We went, day 1 was Highline, and then day 2, I forgot what was day 2.
Women's
Was
ride.
that the one we did for was
Women's
the
MTB
mild
ride.
one?
Oh, it was Women's MTB, and then we went up and did Grand
Grand Central. Yeah, we did Adobe Jack. You guys went up to Grand Central, which is such a fun line, Grand Central.
That was cool. Yeah. Although Eric, whom if he's still out there in the chat, I think we did the climb wrong. We actually climbed Grand Central, and everybody was looking at us weird. Like, is there another way up?
Yeah, the way up is either Adobe Jack, the way we went down, or you come from where we originally started, which is Soldier's Pass, and then drop down.
Oh,
it's not a climbing trail at all. Yeah, that's a full-on downhill trail.
We climbed it and descended it.
Yeah, everybody was looking at us weird. We're like, I'm just following my friend up here. I don't know what's going on. They're like, have a great day, I think, you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, but we were nice. We let the downhill, we got out of the way so they could keep their flow. I still don't understand that rule where if you're climbing, you have the right of way. Like,
yeah, it's so stupid.
You want to break, like, oh, finally, I can breathe for a second,
Yes.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. Right?
You see a person coming down with a big smile, like you don't want to ruin that,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but that was fun. That was definitely a fun one. And there was that, so the anthill, and there's that chunk rock section after the anthill, and we had stopped to make sure everyone made it off the anthill okay. And then we were blinded to that rock chunk, and you can hear Eric's tire. You can hear his like tires coming off the ground, and we're like, what is that? What's around the corner? Are you okay?
It's worse. That's awesome. Worse than the freaking thing you just did.
Yeah. That was so fun.
Oh, Tony's in the house.
Yeah, there we go. What's up? Outsider just popped on. He says, where's the next MTB trip? Good question.
Yeah, we've been trying to get one on the books for a while.
What are you thinking? I think for you it's Velocity.
Well, yeah, but when we come back from Europe, I think in April we should go to Slow, like we've been planning.
Yes. He would be an amazing trail guide for Slow. That would be so fun. Heck yeah, Tony, we got to make that happen. Yeah, outside of that, outside of Velocity and Slow, is it Bentonville for you?
Sea Otter. We might go to Sea Otter, and then we're trying to make it out to Bentonville too. Lauren's never been to Bentonville, and she loves to pedal bikes, so I think she's gonna have a great time.
Oh, she'll be in heaven. Nice. She'll be in heaven for sure. Oh, look at this. MTB Rad Dad just popped on. He says, I needed more travel for Grand Central. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on an XC bike, right, Adam? You're like on a low travel bike.
He is, and he was killing the climb. Killing the climb. We were all in like a little Peloton pack, and he's like,
that's because he's got strings for spokes.
Yeah, he does. He's got those bird spokes, and man, when it's time for him to turn it on, he's just like playing with us. He's like, no, I'll just stay back. I'll stay back. Oh, we're out of here. Pooh. And then we catch him on the downhill. We're like, we got you here, buddy. We got you here. It was great to see him, though. It's been a minute. Actually, Dad says, what's more painful, cactus or cactus tattoo?
Cactus, 100%, 1000%.
The tattoo didn't hurt?
The first, no, not really. I have pretty high pain tolerance, but the first cactus I got, I have a photo. I'll send it to you guys. I landed on jumping cholas, like on my right thigh from my knee to my butt.
Oh, jeez.
And I wasn't even doing anything. I was just straddling my bike, trying to get over a ledge, and I literally lost my balance and fell. And I just remember my wife looking back at me, and she's like, are you okay? And I was so pissed, dude. I like kicked my bike. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. And I like pulled my pants down on the trail and she's trying not to laugh and she's pulling stuff from my butt. It was just
big chunks. Oh my
horrible.
God. That is classic. Yes, we got to see Trail Monster this trip around, which was awesome. What's up, Neil? Just with a $5 donation. He says, just wanted to say hi to all and hope you all had a good riding weekend. Damn, it was good. It was good. Yeah, it was cool to see Neil and his wife. His wife is also a mountain biker, and she has a surgery coming up. She is also a daredevil. So
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
very cool. The two of them are so awesome. MTB Rad Dad saying his bike was a 120. I mean, I think that's pretty good for a Sedona bike, right?
Yeah. I mean, depends on what you do. My wife did that. She has a 120, 130. We reviewed the Revel Ranger there. That was 115, 120.
Wow.
But I wouldn't take that bike on Grand Central, for example, at all.
Yeah, that rock section's pretty fun. I could imagine. Entry says that just means it's time for Palm Canyon Epic. Ooh, maybe that's the next trip.
That's what we should do.
I've never done that one.
And we could stay in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
I love Palm Springs.
Right? They got the wave pool. We can rent some time at the wave pool. Get us all out there trying to catch some waves. Hey,
do it.
Let's do it. That'd be an epic video.
Let's do it.
Let's see how many people want to join us here in the chats. You guys got to come with us. That'll be freaking so fun.
And then we need Steve to find us a party house.
Yeah, party house or take over a hotel. It'd be fun.
There you go.
Yeah, Steve will do it too. Steve will find us something pretty epic. He's like, I got the accommodations, fellows. We're like, holy crap.
That's awesome.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, we'll see. If Lauren and I don't have our Sedona house by this time next year, I might fight you guys for that house.
Yeah, I know. We have to book soon, or the one right next to it, something like that. Because that place is big pimpin'. MTB Rad Dad saying, just let me know, but we need to do it sooner than later before it gets hot. Yeah, it gets hot out there. So let's definitely plan on that. I mean, Sedona is behind us. It always just goes so fast. I feel like the prep for it is so slow. Like, is it this week? I wish it was this week. And then before you know it, you're already home. You're like, how?
Yeah.
I missed it.
Are you guys, Joey, are you and Mark going to Sea Otter?
I don't have plans to go. No.
Yeah. I'd love, it's in April, right? Coming up?
Yeah. And Sea Otter's basically, I mean, you guys know this too. I mean, Sea Otter's basically turning into Interbike. It's where they're launching everything. And I'm going to try to go. I mean, me and I have been talking. I want to go for at least a day or two to just I just want to see what's coming out. And just go take some photos and talk to some people.
Yeah, that would be good for the podcast too. For the Womens MTB network.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. But to Johnny's comment, I think him and Alexis need to do a collab for sure. I want to see that.
I would love that, Johnny. Let's do it, dude.
Let's see it.
Two drama nerds coming up with something. Sky's the limit.
That'll be so fun. Oh, now here's a good question. I want to put this up. JT, he's saying, I'll be in Sedona in a few weeks. Now that we just got back and we experienced a lot of the trails, what trails should we suggest to Mr. Dusty Dutchman? What would be like the number one and then the one to stay away from? What would you say?
The white line is the one you stay away from.
That was easy, damn it.
But there's so much. Like I was chatting with him yesterday, and it just depends on what he wants to do. Like for me, Grand Central would be a good one. And I ended up riding on the other side this time. I did like Mezcal to Canyon of Fools. Canyon of Fools was so much fun.
Is that where you saw us running around out there?
Oh, those fools. Those fools over there.
I know those fools.
That area seems cool. Is that where Brewer and all that stuff is over there too? Is there?
Brewer is by the airport. Brewer is one of the best lines. I told him about that one too, but you got to shuttle that.
Oh, that's like their downhill version of downhill out there, right?
Yeah, and Grand Central is kind of the downhill version of downhill. So is Javelina.
Dang, there's more.
Yeah.
More. I got to check that. So you would say to JT, Grand Central.
Yeah, Grand Central or Brewer or Canyon of Fools. Those are my top 3.
This is
Oh,
what he's
so
looking for.
those are good. He says, I want
Views and
views
flow.
and some flow. There you go.
I
So with
love
now that new info, what would you say?
Grand Central.
Yeah, that has beautiful views at the anthill at the top. Ooh,
And there's actually flow there too, with some
Yeah.
chunk and some steep. What
yeah.
about you guys?
Alexis, what do
Highline.
you think? Joey says highline. I don't know if there's any flow on that, Joey.
Yeah, there is. Once you
There's
said it,
death.
it's all flow. I didn't say the white line. I said high line.
Oh, highline.
Yeah. I liked Scorpion. I liked the one. What else was it? Whatever
Pyramid.
Joanna took us on. That Scorpion and Pyramid was really fun, dude. It was just like
Yeah.
fun tech. It was fun, chunky tech.
Yeah. I'm throwing this out there. For some reason, I mean, we did a lot of different things, but I had so much fun parking at the Bell Rock parking lot, riding I don't even know what trail it was, out to Little Horse.
Llama or something?
Yeah,
Llama.
llama.
And then Llama to Little Horse out to Chicken's Peak. And then
Chicken's
if you
Peak,
want, Chicken's Point, if you want the view, JT, you got the view. If you want to hike up to White Line, you can. But even riding from the White Line down into Little Horse and then out, so freaking fun.
That's the line we took Steve on, because that's Lauren. That's my wife's favorite trail, is like Llama to Chicken Point to Little Horse. Like Lauren will do that all day long.
So fun.
But my question to you guys was, did you end up sessioning with Steve? There's a couple like little chunk rock sections that you got to get some speed and go up and down. Did you guys do any of that?
Yes.
On Llama?
Yeah. He was showing us on Llama. Yeah. We got to a turning point and there was like moderate, difficult. And it was like a steep G out into a hard turn, a hard climb up. I actually went with another one of our buddies around it, but I heard these guys going through it.
Yeah, it's a gnarly section because it goes straight like up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know it's there, I climbed that in like gear 3. Like, yeah, I was in the wrong gear for that climb. Yeah. I was like, I was like 75% up, and I'm like, I'm gonna make it. I don't care what gear I'm in.
You're a beast, Joey.
Yes, he performed like a beast, which was crazy. That's just said y'all get me fired up. Yeah, you're gonna have a blast. You're gonna have to let us know how it goes. SoCal's chiming in. He says Highline has the best views.
I'm on it.
Arguably true. Yeah,
that's it
from the top.
That's the view from the extra credit.
Yeah,
extra credit.
Yes, the higher line. So with all the footage that we all have coming back, I haven't even looked at it yet. Have you cracked open your cameras yet to start editing?
I started a little bit. I got the drone footage. I actually sent the girls a couple raw drone shots that I took of them. But there's just so much. There's so much to go through.
So much.
What?
And then Gear Girl, for you, did you have a lot of stills out? For the folks who don't know, Gear Girl is also an epic camera woman and she takes fantastic stills. Did you have the big camera out there too?
I didn't have the big camera out there. I had I just had the GoPro and not out on the trail. I took some shots at the festival, but most of the shots were done with the GoPro. So.
Oh, we lost you. Most of the shots were done with the GoPro or the iPhone.
Yeah, just either the GoPro or the phone or the iPhone. So
got it. Gear Girl
there was some other, but everybody. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying there was one point where you were gonna take pictures of us, like we were all kind of like chatting and talking, and then I posed like for a picture, and about 4 seconds in, you're like, oh, "This is video." I was like, "Oh yeah, how do I know?" It's like statue smile.
I'm like, wow, he's really standing still for a long time. This is awesome. I can get
inside, I'm like, did she get it? Did she get it? Oh man. So for you, do you have a lot of stuff to dig through as well, content wise?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't get as much. I was having some issues with my GoPro, so not as much as I wanted to. I did get, like I said, a lot of stuff of the festival, and I sent a bunch of them over to Mia. Mia got a lot of the physical, like she got the. I don't know if you got some GoPro stuff too, right, Mia? On your.
Yeah, I did, but I haven't looked at the GoPro stuff yet. I only looked at the phone, the DSLR, and the drone.
Rad Dad's asking you, Mia. I forgot to ask, how did the camera do for you?
It did well. I was supposed to be using it to film the mechanics series that we had planned, but unfortunately we weren't able to do that. We had some stuff come up. But when I did use it, I loved it. And it's a complete learning thing. It's like a complete tool that I have no idea what I'm doing because I don't know how to use a DSLR camera. But Alexis was helping me when I needed it. And actually, JT has been one of my go-to people when I ask him questions. And Adam has been great, too. I think anything I need to ask them, these guys are always like just a text away.
What did you get? Did Rad Dad get you a camera? Is that what's happening? Is that why he's asking?
Yeah, he did. He helped me out with a Sony A7C, I believe is what it is.
Sounds
with the
expensive.
lens and everything. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, it's the last big splurge that I'm doing for the year before my wife divorces me. So,
don't do that. I just went through that. Don't do it. It ain't worth it.
You know what I mean? Like I gotta stop spending money is what the deal is.
Yeah. Don't go through a divorce. That's why you see me from the waist up. Dude, I can't afford the clothes down below.
Alexis totally threw me under the bus, though, in a good way. She meant this in a really funny way. We got a bunch of swag, and I'm walking with carrying all this stuff, and she's like, "I got to take a photo and send it to your wife." And she takes this photo and sends it to Lauren, and I'm like, "She's gonna think I paid for all this shit, dude. Like, she's gonna think I'm you know?
And I wanted a reaction from Lauren, her wife, and she just sent back a smiley face. I'm like, oh, that was kind of like that was not the reaction I was wanting. That was.
Was it the smiley face that's like the normal one, or is it the one with like the teeth that are straight?
Just 4 normal smiley faces. I'm like,
oh 4 of them even. Oh god.
Oh, he is in trouble.
I was like, oh man.
Johnny said, I'm not poor, but I'm so cheap.
yeah, Johnny, you got a real cheap looking boat there.
Yeah, Johnny.
Maybe
nice
that's also a trip. Miami? Boat out to the parks?
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I don't know. I think I'm illegal in Miami. We'll see.
Wait, why?
In Florida, because I'm gay.
Is that?
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. They don't. We blend in there. You just have to kind of watch the PDA. Miami's pretty chill. It's just when you start getting it more inland, then that's when you're like, oh geez, it's deliverance.
I think we could just hang out with Johnny and have a good time. I think Miami would be a great time with Johnny.
Yeah. It's fun riding there.
I've never been. I want to go. That Alafaya and all the place that Johnny rides all the time. That looks fun with all the features. It's like a sky park. It looks like.
Oh yeah, I call it. I've ridden there a few times. I call it North Shore, Florida, because it's just like ladder bridges everywhere.
If they've got all these logs, you can bunny hop too.
Oh really?
Yep.
Yeah, they have sharp teeth and a tail.
Took me a second, but I got that.
We're bunny hopping one.
That's why everything's up high, because the alligators are down low.
Right out here, we're like used to hearing drop, jump, gap. All of a sudden, out there it's gonna be gator. Like, wait, what? What did he say? Gator? Oh my god! Yeah, here it is. That's it. Virginia Key is like the sky park. That's the spot.
Do you think I'll scream like when I see snakes, Mark, or do you think it'll be a different reaction if I see a gator?
Hopefully it's not delayed, because Joey like sees it and he processes it and then he screams later. He's like, ah, snake. It was already past it. Like, where?
You should ask Lauren, Joey, about the time I ran over a rattler and it turned around and it struck at Lauren because she was behind me.
Oh no,
man!
And I screamed. I could have sworn I said snake, and she's like, "No, you just screamed. You lifted your feet off the pedals and you kept going."
I'm trying
We
to
are
share
getting,
my snake video. I can't find it though.
yeah, and we are getting into the snake season. I already saw people posting pictures. I'm like, it's cold
Yes.
outside still.
Yes. What are they doing out? They need to go back to bed.
Yeah, nope ropes. Nope.
Danger noodles.
Danger noodles for sure. I'll take a cactus over a danger noodle. That's for sure. Especially if it's
I'll take an alligator over a danger noodle.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I would
yeah.
too, because it won't like
What?
it's because they sneak up on you. Like you come around
Yeah.
the corner and there it is. But a big log laying on the trail, you'd be like,
Oh, I thought you were talking about bites, like actual bites.
yeah,
Oh, no. If I was to encounter one on the trail, I would much rather
It'd be
encounter an alligator than,
how fast do alligators move? Let me see this. Because snakes don't seem too fast, but I know they can move. How fast do
I'm gonna
you
put
guys have
my
any
s-
guesses?
alligators, 40 miles an hour. Crocodiles, probably more.
What? Yeah,
They can
20
go
miles an hour.
40?
Here it is right here. Alligator speed 9.5 to 20 miles an hour.
What?
Well, is that on land or on water?
Oh,
Yeah,
good
good
question.
question.
Ooh, good question. I'm looking. Maximum speed of 35 miles an hour. It doesn't decipher.
Mm,
Ooh, I would imagine that being water,
You just got to zig
Yeah.
and zag, apparently.
right? Yeah. Dusty says, what did he
Oh, yeah.
say? He says, they
We're
can't catch
finding it, yes.
they can't catch you if you zigzag, right, Johnny? What does Johnny say? Johnny, who's in Miami, says, Joey Whiteline, alligator, snakes, monkeys.
What? Monkeys? They have monkeys there too?
Oh my God.
Alexis just texted. She said she's sorry her phone's about to die. She had to jump off.
Oh no, she made it. She made it for the show. We're already an hour and
Oh,
31
geez.
minutes in. I can't believe that the time goes so fast, like all these things when you're having a good time.
Good
When you're
thing.
having fun.
Joey's
Oh,
popping it
sorry.
up here. This
I'm gonna
is
show this is the snake video.
oh yeah,
Let me
here
see.
we
Oh,
go.
we need the sound. Wait, we need sound.
So Joey's
Was that it right there? No.
That
no,
was
coming
it.
up on this ridge right here.
Watch how delayed I am.
Joey, it's right
Dude.
when he turns that corner. It's right there. Oh my God.
I'm just glad that it wasn't my high pitched scream that time.
There's nothing wrong with a high pitched scream, dude.
95% of the times it's a high pitched scream.
It just shows your level of scaredness. The higher the pitch, the more scared you are.
Dusty said, JT says, respectfully, F that, respectfully.
Yeah.
Rad Dad says, I should be there. Yeah, definitely.
Wait, so is Velocity an e-bike type of situation?
Oh,
Yes.
heck yeah. You definitely want
Yes.
one there.
Unless you like climbing a fire road over and over and over again.
No, we'll bring the tow for Lauren.
Yes.
She doesn't
Yeah.
have an e-bike. She didn't take my bike. I told her, like, get you an e-bike or a higher travel bike, and she chose the higher travel bike. So
And that was like straight from Santa Cruz, in Santa Cruz, right?
yeah, we were in Santa Cruz. We got a factory tour. We got to hang out with the Santa Cruz. We got to ride with them. And she picked up her new bike. It's right here.
Ooh. Wait, that's not
very
an
nice.
E though?
It looks like
No.
an e-bike. Look at that bottom bracket.
Yeah,
area.
because it has this thing right here
Was that a swap
that
box
opens
inside?
up.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's where you put all your Sour Patch Kids in
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
is that
Or
right?
in her case, the burritos and stuff that
Yeah,
she just
yeah,
carries
yeah.
with her randomly.
Dang. Almost looks like that's where you put the what's the little oh my God, what's the little nose thing for the beer? Jesus, what?
Koozie?
What?
The beer tab. The
What are you
tab.
talking about, Mark?
I
Oh,
don't
the
know.
tap in there?
I don't know. You could put beer in there and there's a little tab you could put on there. It could hold it. It looks waterproof. I couldn't even think.
Fill your
Jeez.
frame up with beer, then it pours out right there.
Right. Little
Okay.
tab at the top. Who wants to have a little cheers? Just me? Okay.
I can't ride my bike if I have a beer.
MTB Ride Dad saying, hey, you don't need an e-bike. Sha.
Not if you have a friend with one.
This is true. If you have a tow rope. No.
Yeah, Tropimp. We did hang out with Hannah. We rode with her. She's pretty bomb.
Hannah.
from Trail Pimp asked if we hung out with Hannah from Santa Cruz Bikes. She's their marketing person.
Hi,
There's
sorry.
Alexis.
Sorry about that. I literally came on the podcast from. I don't know that you guys could tell I was in my car. So sorry. Continue what you. So now I'm back in the house. Continue with what you were saying.
Hey,
Car the whole time? Wow.
wow! I thought that was like a studio you were all.
Oh yeah, it looked very professional. Anyway, continue.
So you were saying Hannah.
Yeah, we even had her on the podcast one time. I think that's probably why he's asking, because we had Hannah on the podcast. She's bomb. Like, homegirl can do some serious, like, Santa Cruz trails are steep. And she's just amazing. She's handling those steepness like a boss.
Dang. I remember following Brian Brian Gong. We only got to do a few trails because of the rain. So he went out early and figured out the trails that were still rideable versus not. And we had to exit out this thing called the poop chute. And everybody was going out the poop chute. And it was just like, there was a couple guys from I think Santa Cruz and Specialized. They demo their future bikes there.
Yeah,
there was one that was going through the poop chute. And it was like, why do they call it the poop chute? And the rain had also made it worse. So there was like rocks and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, we saw a brand new unmarked next year's model get all torn up in there because the rocks. It was like, oh man.
I mean, what a great job to,
be a test rider.
Be a test rider. Put the bike through the works, man.
Yes, in the poop chute.
Poop chute.
I messed it up in the poop chute. And the guy was so nice because I was following with my GoPro and he turned around afterwards. He's like, is it cool if you delete that? I was like, totally cool. And then I learned what bike it was. I was like, yeah, absolutely. It's gone. But yeah, yes, it was like, look at the wand. Poof. That place is amazing. Amazing. So
what is Johnny talking about? But it's not like to tell HR. What is Johnny talking about, Johnny?
Trail Pimp is saying Hana Mersapasi.
Yeah.
And then Johnny says, but not like need to tell HR, like, haha, we still on the poop chute. Oh, yeah, that one took a while. It was cooking for a little bit. What was it? Oh man, that was good. That was good. So, okay, the best memory from Sedona, if you had to pick one, which one would it be? I know that's hard.
I think the group ride was pretty epic, just to see the amount of folks that showed up and supported us. I think it's insane. That's what I take from it, is the support from both genders and, the willing to just show up and have fun. I thought for me, that was pretty amazing.
That was huge. And then you even had like people making a comeback, like Miss Bree Azeltine coming back from injury. That was insane.
Where is she? I was texting her earlier. I thought she was coming on.
Oh, she didn't think she could make it tonight. She's like, I'm sorry, I don't think I can make it. But it was so cool to see somebody who's your friend, but somebody who has been out of the sport for injury and come back and actually get to ride with all of us again.
Yeah.
In that big setting like that. It was like, she looked like she was like on cloud 29.
She's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a more of a mellow yet fun ride, because there are a couple people who were coming back from injury and I didn't want them to feel like they had to go all out or, not ride something gnarly. I think we had fun one way or another, right?
Hell yeah. We did. It was so good. So you'd say that was yours, being around everybody on that big high, that energy group ride?
Yeah, that was pretty sick.
That was sick. Oh, I love that. I love reliving these memories too. It's so good. How about you, Gear Girl? What was yours?
I think I'm gonna have to agree with Mia on that. That was pretty awesome. Just getting to it was that, and then also too, because on the second ride I was running sweep for the mild spicy ride, and there was this girl she was the last one. I mean, next to me, she was the last one riding, and she was really and we were going down Adobe Jack, and she was initially kind of timid and just not comfortable. She's never ridden it before, and by the end of the ride, she just started getting more and more, just stoked out. And every time she'd clean even the littlest thing, dude. That's why I love, like, when I'm coaching or helping out with rides. It's just I love getting and getting someone stoked. And I was just like, nice job, dude, you're looking awesome. It's like, it's just like, and she was just getting more and more comfortable. So that really just made my day.
That's awesome. That is awesome. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. It's cool. Our sport is good like that, you know. You get to experience it. It's like just as fun helping somebody than it is doing it. It's just like I feel you live through them. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Johnny saying, amazing to see how Women's MTB Network is growing. So proud of you and what you're doing. I'm not tearing up. I have allergies.
Johnny, so awesome. What about you guys? What was the highlight for you guys?
Joey, how about you? What was yours?
I really enjoyed the first day. No, Friday, the high, not the white line, but the high line. I just enjoyed that trail. There was some things on there I wanted to do, and I was able to check all the boxes. And then seeing people like Steve come through the chute for the first time, like those are the highlights of the trip,
That's
right?
so cool.
When you see your friends and that they're like, I'll never do that, and then they just clean it. And you're like, perfect.
Yeah, and for him, he was psyching himself out before that. He's like, "What do Highline?" But I'm gonna walk the chute, and I was like, "No, dude, like just see it." So when he told me he cleaned it, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He didn't even need a toe in. He was sitting up there, and he just went for it. I was like, he's going there. He did it. He was so stoked. He was. Oh man, that was a good feel for sure.
Yeah.
Mine's a little bit different. I love all the writing, and it was what I expected, and it was great. And this year I got lucky, and Spy, the sunglass company, sent me out there with like a box of goodies, like
nice.
full on monolith glasses, new goggles.
Awesome.
I was able to go to the festival and stoke people out and just like ask them a simple question about Spy and hand them new stuff or let them pick. And it was cool to see like how excited they were and just being a part of that. Like it never got old. I'm like, I want to do it again. I was like little hits of dopamine all day. Like let's do it again.
That's awesome.
There were these two kids that kind of saw me doing it, and they came over. And Joey and I, we hooked them up with some goggles. You know, they got the answer right. And when they got the goggles, they looked at each other and they bolted like I was going to change my mind. They were so stoked. That whole feeling was so rad. I love that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was good.
The sense of community is the best thing, whether it's doing what you're doing, the giveaway or the rides or the podcast live at your place. Like, I think the community is the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. That is so good. I can't wait for the next one. For all those folks out there in podcast land, Mia, let them know where they can continue to follow your saga.
Oh yeah. We're trying to grow our YouTube. We're going to have some videos coming out. So please follow us on YouTube, Women's MTB Network, and Instagram, same handle, and our website and podcast. It's all the same thing. You can find us anywhere, everywhere.
Global, baby. Global. And when's that magazine cover coming out or the magazine coverage coming out?
I'm not sure. I think it's for April, but they're going to let me know. Once I know, I'll let you guys know so you can help me spread the word.
Yes. Mia, you're on a magazine across the pond.
Dude, it's crazy.
Insane. I love it.
Last time I was on a magazine was years ago when I used to play the drums, but now for this, it's just very different.
It's so awesome. You've been working hard, and it's cool to see it all coming together. I love it. Gear Girl, how about you? Where can people follow you and your hilarious content? My goodness, she's like, is she your social media manager for Women's MTB Network? Because
she's been doing so much. Alexis is so good. I can rely on her for a lot of the things that we need done. Like even at the festival, she was like, "Do you want me to do this? Do you want me to do this?" And I'm like, "No, dude, you should have some fun too." Like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's try to multitask, but no, yeah, I still the Gear Girl Instagram handle. I still try. You'll see me doing. I do my own gear reviews too, but I also do a lot of just like kind of like Johnny, just like satire, like goofy stuff, and and then I do have a YouTube page that I have been neglecting, but I have to get better at that. I do a lot of short form content, but yeah, check out my page, The Gear Girl. That's if you want to get maybe a laugh or two in.
Or more.
Yeah, definitely. Or more. Joey. And then Joey's been putting up content of his own as well, which has been awesome. Joey, we never get a chance to plug you. Where can people follow Mr. Uncaged?
That's me. I'm just Uncaged MTB on Instagram.
Dude, I love your logo. It's so cool.
Thank you. Adam Mock is in. That's all him.
That's
So
awesome.
talented.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
miss
He sent
Adam.
me that one day, and I was just like, "What?"
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
cool like that. I
yeah.
love it. Yeah, Joey's gonna have some epic content coming out. When is your white line video coming out, Joey? Are you dropping that on IG
Yeah, I'll
this
probably put
weekend?
that on Instagram. I don't have because it was filmed this way, horizontal, not
Yeah, not
yeah.
Wait,
vertical.
hold on. Let me see it
It
again.
doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. So
We
I
can
had to
sharpen that up.
I had to
Yeah.
Big
zoom
deal.
in on it. So yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look good for Instagram.
Maybe
We
release
can
it.
make something work.
Yeah, we can crop in on that, get a little closer. That'll be good. But yeah, if you guys want to go to Uncaged MTB, you'll see Joey Yates there. Also, the Gear Girl on Instagram and Mia with Women's MTB Network. You guys, thank you all so much for jumping on, and we will see you on the next episode. This has been episode 145 of the Segment Podcast. We'll see you all soon.
See everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.